It's everyone's favourite Julius Reed, and now it's everyone's favourite theme tune here on the NeverFap Deluxe Daily! Yeah, that's the theme tune. My name is Julius Reed here on the NeverFap Deluxe Daily. And, I like to shout a lot because, it's kind of hot. It's kind of hot, babe. Oh, babe. So that's, what are we talking about today? The importance of meditation for an effective recovery. And of course, before then, we need to spice things up with the checkup! The checkup! It's the checkup with me, Julius Reed, helping you, adult porn addict, struggling with all sorts of issues, mostly porn. Obviously, heroin is a sweeping pandemic, epidemic. And you're struggling, and I'm here to help you because I'm a real doctor. I'm a real doctor. I'm going to solve all your problems. I'm going to make you live to 100. I'm not a real doctor, and I'm definitely not going to help you with those things. I'm just joking around. Hopefully you're not freaking out with our first segment, the checkup. The checkup. Wait, did I already do the thing? I don't even remember. But that's the checkup. Now's the checkup. I'll say that later. I'll be like, now back to the check. Anyway, that made no sense. So how are you coping with life? Daddy Dr. Reed, checking your blood pulse. The blood pulse, I don't think it's called that. Your temperature. You've got an awfully high temperature there, sir. Let me take your clothes off. Yeah. Of course, it'd be a lady. I wouldn't have sex with another man. Especially not a listener. I have class. I would definitely have sex with a listener, especially a hot listener. Maybe you're a former webcam model. Hit me up on the on the email, neverfapdeluxe@gmail.com. Send in all sorts of delicious, juicy things. Definitely don't send in a dick pic, but a vag pic. I'm all down for that. Anyway, I'm here to help you cope. How are you coping, listener? Are you doing okay? Are you living your best life? Have you been happy, sad? Maybe work has been particularly stressful and you're waiting for the weekend to just blow off a bit of steam, go to the clubs, do some dancing, some of that Irish dancing, whatever it is that kids do these days. So how you doing? Meditation is important to help you relieve yourself. Well, I mean, not in that sense, but you know what I mean. In order to develop control of your mind, very important. In order to be more aware of your behaviors, to be more aware of your emotions, and in general, to remain calm and fantastic as you usually are. Exercise, also an important thing for your physical, mental well-being. I know exercise is just fantastic and will take you to the new century where we will all, it will be a non-binary future full of non-binary sex, where you plug in to the girl and, yeah, all right, I'm digging that hole. I have no idea what kind of sick sci-fi fantasy I'm creating. Did you remain calm today? Calmness, of course, so important if you want to remain in control of yourself. Did you remain aware? Of course, that's an outstanding yes if you've been following the NeverFap Deluxe process, neverfapdeluxe.com. Meditating every day is what's going to bring you there. And what are you going to do differently? Either today or tomorrow or the day after or the day after that or in a week's time, or maybe you're dead. What are you going to do differently? Maybe you want to start exercising. Maybe you want to learn something different. New skills are great. You want to be one of those Photoshop kings, queens. I don't know what, the tech, I guess designer is the correct term. Hope you're doing well. And I hope I'm helping you. If not, then please shut the thing off and let's go to the topic. It didn't play. What's going on? Oh, no. The topic. Today's topic is the importance of meditation for an effective recovery. From a practice perspective, meditation really is the foundation of any effective recovery. Of course, the foundation is technically mental balance, but, in order to achieve mental balance, it's about practice, and meditation is the predominant practice that will help you get there, or rather stay there, because balance is not so much about getting there, it's more about being aware and maintaining that balance so you can be an effective human being, do the karate or something. That was kind of like my Filipino. We'll do all the races at some point. From a practice perspective, Meditation is the foundation of any effective recovery. What meditation does is that it helps you develop the awareness in order to change your behaviors, which ultimately affects your mental balance. So yeah, it's like the full circle, the yin and yang. You got mental balance, which is what we're trying to be, and meditation, which helps you get there. From a conceptual point of view, recovery is fundamentally about mental balance, and yeah, meditation is how we get there. In terms of what meditation is, essentially meditation is the process of learning to let go. So we're learning to let go of thoughts, ideas, judgments, essentially emptying your mind. And one of the common misconceptions about meditation is that's about focus. And I think that's where most people go wrong and why they're just not meditating correctly. And they're like, oh, well, this doesn't work. It's like, well, no, you're just not doing it correctly. So it's not about focus. Focus is just a side effect. It's a symptom of meditating correctly. If you're focusing on focus, you're not meditating because, again, it's about emptying your mind. But when you do empty your mind, you will find that you will have focus. So that's why it is about learning to let go and why letting go is so important. Here's a key point to understand. Our minds are already technically aware. If you think about the mind before the thoughts, before the judgment, and before sort of its, especially if you're mentally ill, like I am, full of like ideas and energy. So the mind is already aware. It's just about letting go of all the things that we put in our mind, letting go of the worry, letting go of the thoughts, so that we can be aware. We cloud our awareness every day with, decisions, fear, expectations. We're all about letting that go. So then we can essentially be. And that's what meditation is. It's essentially being. And it sounds simple, but my gosh, people struggle with it because it's not how they've been taught to cope. And this is essentially what letting go is the coping mechanism, or rather being is the coping mechanism. Instead, we've been, taught from a young age often that thinking is the way we should cope, or being judgmental. We assume, and when all you know is thinking and being judgmental, that when people are stuck in the bubble, or like you notice that some people are stuck in their bubble where it's like it doesn't matter really what you're saying to them, it's like it's just going like over their head. That's because they're stuck in the whole coping mechanism of never ever having let go, essentially. So they're just constantly thinking, constantly judging, and that's basically why they're suffering, because they don't understand that there is an alternative. That is not normal. You can choose how you want to cope. So yeah, that's what the process of meditation is. It's learning to cope differently, learning to cope more effectively, so that you don't have to suffer, so that you can be balanced, so that you can have clarity. There's a big, big misconception that, judgment is clarity, but it's not clarity. But the problem is you can't get them not to judge because they only ever judge. So they're stuck in this cycle. And it's quite unfortunate. I was stuck in that cycle. I have no idea how I got out. But I'm so happy that I'm out, and I can understand now that, judgment is actually clouding me, and that only by emptying your mind can you have true clarity. So yeah, we want to uncloud our awareness. So what meditation aims to do is remove all those thoughts and judgments, so that we are merely present with ourselves. And when we're present with ourselves, it's really easy to identify the areas of our lives where we suffer and engage with negative behaviors, and therefore change them. Like I say, meditation is about developing the awareness to change your behaviors. Meditation alone won't save you. If you're hanging around toxic people, your dad's beating you every day, meditating alone won't solve it. Meditation is a facilitating process. It's there to facilitate mental balance. That's why it can be helpful to meditate multiple times throughout the day, because it can help facilitate that process and maintain that awareness, especially in the beginning. The point with that, actually, I'll do another podcast on this. I just got all these thoughts. But yeah, frequency is often, in my opinion, I think it's more useful than duration when it comes to meditation, because it's really about maintaining balance. The whole idea is that you do your meditation, and then afterwards you reach a balanced state, and then you stay in that balanced state. So that's the whole point of meditation. So if you do it more frequently, it's kind of like, chances are, you've lost balance at some point. It allows you to go back to that point of being balanced, and essentially avoid the suffering. So that's the basics. The basics. That was a good one. That's pretty good. I think I explained a few concepts there. No one died as well. Oh, sorry, children. You're dead. Punched a kid. Well, I blew them up, and then I guess I punched a dead corpse. That's meditation for you. And yeah, definitely start it with guided meditation as well. If you struggle with meditation, it makes all the difference. Of course, I'll do another podcast on that because we're running out of time. This is my David Bowie. David Bowie. That's a pretty good one. No, it's not a joke. Aww. That's right. It's endearing. Yeah, so that brings us to the viewer mail.
The topic.
The
viewer mail.
Thank you. The viewer mail.
The viewer mail.
The viewer mail. Thank you, header there. It's great to have the headers. It's a breather. I can stop talking for a bit. Helps me deal with it a lot better. Today's viewer mail comes from Anna Anderson from Pittsburgh, United States. Anna says, I think I've developed a taste for pre-cum, although actual cum disgusts me because of how strong it tastes. It's so strong. Can you please recommend any desserts which might go well with my favorite condiment? Well, Anna, I won't lie, it's kind of hot, to know that a personal fan of the show finds pre-cum tasty. Maybe even I might be developing some pre-cum myself, Anna. Of course, assuming you're over 18. Otherwise, it's just a bit of sweat. Obviously, not pre-cum extruding from my massive cock. Yes, Anna. Delicious. I personally like a nice fondue with a bit of pre-cum laid on top of the cheesy goodness that is Swiss melted cheese. Of course, that's not a dessert. So why'd I write it? I don't know. That's a fail. So pretend I didn't say that. That's why I like to have access to an uncircumcised cock at all times, just to know that I can fulfill the quench I have for pre-cum. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. In terms of desserts, Anna, I mean, is my penis not sweet enough for you, baby? Hey, it's not sweet enough. Of course, assuming you're over 18. You sexy thing. Anna, show us your tit. Show us a tit. I want to see a tit of your fictional, so obviously you're over 18 and I can't go to jail. Show us your tit. Show us your tit, Anna. Delicious tit. Delicious tit. Of course, that was a Fergie song, word for word. It's not true. But don't worry, Anna. Like all whores, much like myself, you will come to appreciate the taste of actual cum, full-flavoured 100% milky goodness, real cum. It will be a heavenly moment for you. And, one which I share with my children to this very day. That's right. Ended on a pedophile joke. I don't know how I feel about that. That was a bit dirty. It's kind of like, that bad taste in your mouth. That's what the show is, if you haven't been able to describe it. Thank you for listening. Check us out on the Facebook, Twitter, Discord, Reddit. Write a nice review. Not like a 1-star Julius Reed is the F word. No, that's not cool. That's not cool. I mean, it's a bit cool, but it's not very cool, is it? No, it's not cool. It's a bit cool, but it's not very cool. It's not very cool. Send us a viewer mail. If you're game enough, if you want to interact with the read, or, maybe some kind words, NeverFap Deluxe at gmail.com. Check out the website, NeverFapDeluxe.com. I do another podcast, The Writers Daily. And as always, look after your mental health.